Maybe it does. It's not working. Okay. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Bitch asses. Hate that shit. So I have the thing up there, but it doesn't play the music. That's fine. I can just start the show anyway. It doesn't really matter. Ba ding! Bing, bing, bing. Well, well, well. Look who it is. It's you people. And when I mean you people, I mean you people. Anyways, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet. I'll be your host. My name's Manuel Chavez the Third or the Turd, depending on how you know me. Yes, and this is the Griftcast IRL. Arr! Yeah, Griftcast IRL. The original badass show used to be called the Defango Danger Zone and a whole host of other fucking names. The Elusive Man, the Elusive Zone. Well, there was the Pirate, what was it, Pirate Citizen for some time. Damn, we had a lot of different names. I remember it would have been Pirate Software, but some jerk ass fucking got that shit before me. So it is what it is. So, yep, we're back live again using the Ramble Studio. Figured I would go live since I had forgotten to do it for the last 2 days. No, it's not like I forgot. I actually wanted to do it. I just couldn't walk. And let myself knit back together. Because unfortunately, I'm not young like I used to be, apparently. So, I don't, I got, it takes a while to get repaired or whatever. I don't know. Is it repaired? Do I feel like getting reparations? Well, I don't really get reparations. I ain't black. No, I'm not. I'm just a regular ass dude in a regular ass world, just trying to survive with all you regular people. I got my good puppy Lunchy right back there. My chubby girl. She was eating a. Are you dead? Did you eat your? Did you eat your rib? Yeah, you didn't eat the bone, right? Don't be eating that bone. Anyways, yeah, she got some ribs tonight. She got some ribs tonight. She also got to see her boys and girls. Yep, she got to see her boys and girls today. Finally saw Cherie. She bought another fucking truck. Jesus Christ. I kind of called that one though. I was all like, yeah, she's gonna I was like, oh yeah, she likes that Ford Ranger, doesn't she? And I was like, man, she's gonna take that thing on a trip. And then after she gets back, I guarantee it, she's gonna buy a different truck. And then shit, sure as shit, I come outside and I was all like, my camera goes off or whatever, letting me know there's somebody outside. She pulls up in a brand new fucking truck. Oh, it's not brand new, but it looked really nice, right? Nice Ram 1500. Good truck. Good truck. She just pulls up and I'm like, ah! Yeah, I knew you. I was like, yeah, I didn't think that you were gonna like that truck for towing a trailer and going on long ass trips. Not enough power, not enough space. Oh well, though. At least they got what they're doing, you know. Anyways, what's up, Squiggles but Junior? How's it going to Mimsy Schwimsy? And then we got, oh yes, J.R. Riggs. What's up, my boy J.R. Riggs? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. So, what do we know that's happening in the world today? The deep state. Yes, the state of the deep of the state is fighting back against Elon Musk. Who do you accept? Right? So yeah, it's been a real weird world, I feel like. There's been a lot of shit that's just been kind of piling up, but there really hasn't been any like I don't know, like wow, crazy news, right? Or has there been? And have I just missed it? No, there's been some pretty wow, crazy news about USAID and the people that they're sending their money to. And then all of a sudden, finding out that USAID was like paying for all of that disinformation stuff. Well, they weren't paying for disinformation, but they were paying people to investigate the disinformation and counter it, right? And they were paying for all kinds of journalists for like a bunch of different journalism websites and papers and whatnot. And then, a lot of people used to talk about this a while back, right? People that listened to Julian Assange far before he was ever locked up in an embassy. Remember, there was a point in time, right, when all of that stuff was legitimately real, right? What's up? What's up, Excelis Thibodeau? Or I hope probably murdered that, but what's up, what's up, Thibodeau? Yeah, I don't know how to say that. Anyways, so we got things to talk about today. I guess we got some stuff that we can wax poetic about for a few hours here. There's also, more shit happening with this whole Middle Eastern extravaganza. Israel #1, right? Remember when everybody was running around saying China #1? Now you got to run around being all like Israel #1. Or I feel like you might get thrown in the gulag and murdered or something like that. That's where I feel like we're really moving into, real shadow state. Real shadow state. Because it doesn't feel, I thought it was going to feel like the United States of America again when Donald Trump got in, right? I thought that was going to be like the ka-shing. I thought that was going to be #1, right? But, he came in, he made a bunch of executive orders. Okay. Right. Gotcha. But like, did we change what we were doing? No. He said some crazy shit about Gaza and what he's doing with that situation. And it's basically like he's gone full, I don't even know what to call it. Like he's gone full Jewish, dude. And then somebody slipped me some shit saying, did you know that Donald Trump actually converted to Judaism in like 2018 or something like that? Some people said. And then I'm like, oh, well, I guess that's just how things go, isn't it? This is just how it goes. And then I went to fucking the smoke shop today, and I got this. Well, I didn't pay for it, but I just need to get some gas for my torch or whatever. My Whip It brand torch. Yeah. It used to say Whip It right there, but my hand rubbed it off. So now it doesn't say that anymore. But I had to go get some more of that shit. And then they gave me like a free fucking dab vape pen. I was like, I mean, I got one of those. But that's sick, though. That's dope. I can fuck with that. I can fox with that. They got a shitload of reclaim. I could probably smoke out of that bitch. I don't know. We have to try it out. We'll have to test it out. But, obviously there are some very, very shitty, crazy things happening right now. Crazy shit's happening, folks. There's just so much misinformation. We're in the deep now. We're in the fucking deep, right? There's crazy shit happening everywhere. And I mean, where do we even start, dude? Right? Like everybody asked why they focused on USAID first, right? Or at least some people were wondering, well, why USAID, right? Like, why is USAID important? Why was that the big one? And I mean, really, it's not the big one, is it? No, because like now I hear that they're going after FEMA, right? FEMA is another one that's going to be up on the chopping block, I guess, as it were, right? The big word on the street news is that Elon Musk and Dodge have now gained access to FEMA system, and we're apparently going to be finding out where the money meant for the people of Maui and Western North Carolina and every other disaster area that's popped up over the last couple of little bit. Where all that go? Where all that come from? Where were the people at here? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I think it's good. We haven't even really got numbers from the Treasury Department, but there's probably a good reason for it. But here we go. We're actually starting to see each of these different things, and it's going to be even crazier when they start going through the ODNI the ODNI, right? There's so many different things. There's so many other different governmental organizations that are super fucked up that need to get solved, right? They need to get fixed. They need to get put up. I mean, shit. We have people getting stabbed in the streets over immigration, right? We have actual people with Mexican flags on their persons and waving around, calling California Mexico. That's blood right there on the floor because motherfucker ran up into a crowd and stabbed somebody, right? So we're obviously in the end times right now, or whatever the end of the empire is. Maybe is that what we're gonna call it? I don't know. Okay, there you go. I'm trying to make that bigger. Like I hate the fucking layout. Hate the fucking layout. But here we go, right? Everything that we're looking at kind of just seems to be drawing people into this one little piece right here, though. This one little piece. And it comes from none other than WikiLeaks, right? Because WikiLeaks had all of the goods, right? Well, they didn't have all the goods. They had cables and emails and stuff that kind of built a structure to everything that I think is going to be coming down. But the brass tacks on it is that USAID took $500 million in taxes from the American people and sent it to a non-governmental organization called the Internews Network. And they worked with 4,000 plus outlets to train journalists to tackle disinformation. And yeah, literally this lady named Jenner Borgalt was making $500K a year to be a literal state propaganda network, and it gets fucking crazy, right? If we go to the WikiLeaks thing, we'll start from the top of the top, right? But $500 million pushed through secretive government NGO called Internews Network with the prefix in that worked with 4,291 media outlets producing in 1 year 4,799 hours of broadcast, reaching up to 778 million people and training over 9,000 journalists. 2023 figures, and has supported social media censorship initiatives and every other little thing that you could think about. And what it should bring to your brain immediately would be, this sounds a whole lot like whenever we were seeing those funny videos where all of the news anchors were saying the exact same thing. Yeah, it's over 9,000, right? The operation claims offices in over 30 countries, including the main offices in the US, London, Paris, regional HQs in Kiev, Ukraine, Bangkok, and Nairobi, and it's headed up by Jenner Borgo, who pays herself $451,000 a year. Borgalt worked out of the U.S. Embassy in Moscow in the early 1990s, where she was in charge of a $250 million budget and other revolts and conflicts in critical times, before formally rotating out of 6 years at the USAID to actually be in IN. And in her bio and other key people, board members have recently scrubbed from their website. They remain accessible in archive.org, and records show that the board being co-chaired by Democrat Secretariat or Secretariat, Richard J. Kessler, Simone Otis Coates, the wife of NVIDIA billionaire Trench Coates, and two major Democratic donors. And in 2023, supported by Hillary Clinton, Borgalt launched a $10 million in fund at the Clinton Global Initiative. The in page is showing a picture of Borgalt as at the CGI has also been deleted. And is as at least 6 captive subsidiary under unrelated names and one based out of the Cayman Islands. And since 2008, when the electronic records began, more than 95% of IN's budget has been supplied by the U.S. government. So yeah, if you look at that, you can really start to think that all of those conspiracy theories that people were making about bought and paid for governments, journalists, la la la, It's real, right? You can track the numbers. It's there. There's a whole data set behind it that I guess, people just decided that they didn't want to look at. All this information is just coming from their stuff, right? Internews launches new $10 million fund. There she is, Clinton Global Initiative. This is exactly what all of those people that were following the letters and everything else were actually looking at. And if you want to see how deep it goes, you can look at USAID and funneling nearly $500 million through a place called 876 7th Carter Street in California. The IRS and in government contracts list this address as the currently registered address for them, even though it looks pretty clearly fucking abandoned. And there it is, the Internews network. That little building with nothing in it, they're apparently, that's the building of a $500 billion company. Oh, well, we don't need a huge office. Everybody works remote. We got places all over the place. $500 million. That's where you go. You can even still see the Internews shit on the website. Yeah, let's just go take a look at that real quick. Right? Let's go take a look at that real quick. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just making sure nothing's getting leaked. But yeah, Carta Plaza. Where is this? Looks like pretty northern California, way far away in Sacramento. Damn, son, that's like way up there, dog. Right next to Acarda Bay. You gotta be joking me, dude. This is their big building right here. So yeah, this whole thing was supposed to be their building. But yeah, it doesn't look like anybody working there, son. Shit looks pretty crashed out. Right. And these pictures are from 2024 in October, captured on Street View. And right next door, what do they got? Oh, look at that. It's USPS. Huh. A government association building right next to USPS. How interesting is that? That's pretty interesting, actually. Huh. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's pretty outrageous, to be perfectly honest. Oh, wow. George Chavez's latest episode of Dragon Ball W was good. Had Vegeta hitting Super Saiyan 3. I didn't even see that. The new Dragon Ball it's on? What the fuck? Yeah, son. Think about that. Cool, man. $500 billion getting laundered through this place that looks like it's been abandoned for years. I mean, sure, in October of 2024, somebody was working on it, but like, you're fucking kidding me. So yeah, they took in $500 million, but their revenue for 2023 was only $124 million. But according to them, they've been at least, what is that, like a little bit over $60 million every year, and then just kind of track it up. Interesting. Very interesting. So their funding just kept doubling and doubling, especially since 2016, which what happened in 2016? Oh, right. Donald Trump became the president, so they needed to fund. They needed to double their money, so they could really control the news media narrative with their 9,000 journalists, who probably worked for like CNN, MSNBC, Politico, all those people that they trained, all those folks that were just nonstop talking about Donald Trump for 4 years, and then for the next 4 years after that, and then still fucking doing it. Yeah, you see how that works, right? Is it starting to click for you? Because I mean, if it's not, it's cool. JR Riggs says Victoria Newland and the big USAID backdrop during the invasion of Ukraine and the missing $100 billion out of $170 billion during the 2014 Maidan Revolution. And we did see that this place had an office, right? They had an office over there in Kiev, did they not? Why, yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, executive filing compensations that they have. Wow, motherfuckers were making some big ass money, dude. I mean, seriously, that's way more money than I've ever made in a year. I mean, I wish I could be making that kind of money, but nobody wants to pay me that kind of shit. Nobody wants to give me that kind of cred. You know what I'm saying? I gotta fucking work for it. But yeah, dude, 200,000 is like the least amount that somebody's getting, but like they got motherfuckers getting compensated $400,000, $369,000, 274,000, 269,000. Like that's a lot of fucking money, dude. Joseph Trees, Alexander Cole, Erica Feldkamp, Deb Rensnor, Shannon England, Marjorie Rose, Jenna Borgolt, and Usha Shotere. Who are all these people? Right? These are all the unelected bureaucrats, right? Well, they don't technically work for the government, but they're a government organization or a non-governmental organization that's made up of a bunch of people that used to be part of the government who separated from the government so that they could carve out some government money by producing a service for them, because that's what happens. That's how people work for government things, is that you go, you're in the, like, let's use Mike Flynn as an example. Mike Flynn, right? Like, he was a government guy. He was in the military. He's a general. People love touching his nutsack. And then General Flynn, what did he do? He kind of got fucked over. Well, not really. He kind of deserved it, but he started working with the Israelis through the Q group, and then started fucking working with this other NGO group that makes the Pegasus malware, right? And then what did he do? Basically, he started off as the general saying that we needed cyber warfare tools to do cyber warfare, and then once he stopped being a general, he started working for a company making cyber warfare tools, and he was like, "Hey, I'm a general, and they make good cyber warfare tools. You guys should buy them." And then he got money for talking people in the U.S. government for buying it, and then he got paid for it or whatever. And imagine if you could find him in the USA thing and actually getting payments and actually getting money. What would that mean for you? What would that tell you? It should tell you a lot of things. Spoilers. Anyways, you gotta think about this stuff. Talk about an insurrection. Yes, Chicken Little. I talk about that shit too all day. What's up, Eureka? Nice to see you. Hello, Certified Nobody. Appreciate you being here. What's up, Kennard Selly? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? And then Teddy. Nice to see you as well, Mr. Teddy. I appreciate you because you always be sending me dollars and shit. I like that. I like money. I like money. You know who else likes money? Fucking Jenna Borgo. Apparently, I mean, if we look at her actual CV, resume, media experience, she worked at The Wired, Guardian. She worked on television, print, and online radio. Oh. Jenna Borgold is the president and CEO of Internews, an international nonprofit organization dedicated to empowering local media worldwide. Borgold is an expert on the role of information in the media, developing in conflict and post-conflict and fragile countries. She speaks on issues of global news, information technology, media development, and democracy assistance worldwide. Borgold leads the strategic management of Internews and its programs, now active in more than 50 countries. She was overseen Internet's growth in the areas deserved by local media such as Afghanistan and South Sudan. Afghanistan, that was a war-torn country where a lot of shit happened. And hey, remember when those guys tried to recruit me for the South Sudanese army to set up drones for them so they could blow people up? Yeah, that shit was crazy. Under her leadership, Internews has led a sector focusing on the need for information amid crises, working to support local news and information access for communities affected by a disaster, including the 2005 Asian tsunami, the 2010 Haiti earthquake, and the Typhoon Haiyan in Philippines. She was previously served as Internews' chief operating officer. She joined Internews in 2001 as vice president for programs prior to Internews. She worked internationally in countries undergoing dramatic shifts in the media and political landscape. Borgolt worked for the former Yugoslavia, serving as a strategic advisor for media development programs in the post-war Kosovo, as well as a manager for community development projects in Serbia and Montenegro through the fall of the Slobodan Milosevic. She served 6 years in the U.S. Agency for International Development, including 3 years in the United States Embassy in Moscow. Bam! Boy, there it is right there. No wonder that she's scrubbing all this shit off the internet. Because they don't want you to see it. They don't want you to see it, right? They don't want you on that right there. No. No, 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 no. They don't want that. No, sir. That's not what they want. What's up? Can you believe it? Nice to see you. Interesting. So she worked for USAID for 6 years. And then after she got done with USAID, what did she do? Oh, right. She started a news company, a corporation to fill a gap that they saw and that she could profit off of. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Really does. It actually really does make a lot of sense. Shit, son. Shit, son. So the next thing to look at would be Borgel has consulted on international program designs and open evaluation for the Open Society Institute. George Soros, by the way, the Rockefeller Brothers Fund. Oh shit. Well, that says Rockefeller. I mean, that's fucking Illuminati. So Illuminati, got it. And then we got the Charles Stewart Mott Foundation. Oh, cool. More Illuminati. Ford Foundation. Shit, dog. Fucking Illuminati. The Research Triangle Institute. Fucking A, bro. Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me? This chick is deep. She's fucking the deepest of state right now. Oh, my God. And the United Nations Center for Human Rights. Yep. Definitely one of them, globalist, among others. Among others means that there's probably other connections that are juicy as fuck that we need to go find. Anyway, speaking engagements included the Skull World Forum, Guardian Activate in New York, the Social Capital Markets Conference in San Francisco, and the World Economic Forum, where she serves as the Digital Media Steering Committee. Yes, Digital Media Steering. Wow. What does that sound like? That sounds like a real fucking nice way of saying I do disinformation and control people's minds, right? So, we obviously have to throw it back to WikiLeaks for releasing all of this stuff and opening people's eyes, because you're legitimately looking at the reason why, or one of the many reasons why people have been getting censored. People were getting shut down during COVID, during 2020 election, talking about the election, all that stuff. Controlling the narrative, digital control of the narrative is a real thing. And you're literally looking at the lady who was getting paid by the government shitloads of money coming out of this little shitty ass fucking building right here, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't a joke. Like, it's legitimately scary, crazy scary how these people are getting away with this amount of money for doing what, right? Disinformation, or fixing disinformation. And when you look at these graphs, you can see all of the different people that are actually connected to it. And this is just a kind of small, close up look at it, but you can see that they're getting a shitload of taxpayer funds, right? They're getting a shitload of taxpayer funds. They got a huge amount of gross receipts and contributions, but they're putting out money to the global network initiatives, the brand new software projects, and all kinds of other places trying to throw around their money and might. And even more, California Secretary of State filings in October of 24 ties Jenna Borgelt to that address that we saw. So, like, they were getting fat payments from the United States government. Here's her World Economic Forum page, President and Executive Officer of Internews, blah, blah, blah. As the President and CEO of Internews, she leads the strategic management and organization of his program in more than 80 countries around the world. Borgelt, yep. You see that? You understand? The Forum, World Economic Forum, this is where everybody's been looking into this shit, right? Everybody's been trying to say that, okay, this isn't real, it couldn't be that deep, but it really is that deep, to the point where here is a literal file page to the California Secretary of State that shows that right there, everybody that's working, the big names in the tables, officers of the country that are taking fat payments from the United States taxpayers so that we can sow disinformation in the United States and abroad, they're working out of a fucking shack, allegedly. Does that make any sense to you? No, it doesn't make any sense to anybody. Not to me, not to anybody else. But you know what? We're still fucking paying them. We're still paying them, right? And World Economic Forum video, 6K views 1 year ago, speaking the truth during the annual meeting at Davos 2024. And it's your girl. Accurate and relevant, the good information. Oh, yeah, the sound is off. I forgot. My bad. My bad. Just a second. I forgot I gotta fucking screen share it. I gotta screen share it.
Disinformation makes money, and that's one of the, we need to follow that money, and we need to work with the, and particularly the global advertising industry, that a lot of those dollars go to pretty bad content. And so you can work really hard on exclusion lists or inclusion lists, just to really try to focus ad dollars and challenge the global advertising industry all around the world to focus their ad dollars towards the good news and information, the accurate and relevant news and information.
Yes, the accurate and relevant news and information. Yes, we will only follow the accurate news and information. See what I'm saying? See what these people do, see what they're all about. Their whole situation exposed. Right? Like, that's our taxpayer dollars, dude. That's our fucking money. So that they could tell us what to think. That's the Ministry of Truth. That's 1984. That's everything that people have been talking about. But they're the World Economic Forum. We know better than you. Right? That's what they tell you. That's the way you're supposed to be. And while we're here, what's up, Sewer Guy Rob? I see you out there in the chat. Much love. Love you, my boy. Thanks to see you right there. Number one dude that forgot to turn off a subscription like 6 years ago. Number one. Sewer Guy Rob, number one. How In Lost Its Way, 2006, Johns Hopkins University Magazine. In the 1990s, Internews began to attract serious money. George Soros and his Open Society became supporters, as did the Knight Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation, and dozens of others. USAID made a large grant to establish the Russian independent television network. Evelyn Messenger secured a large sum for the National Endowment for Democracy to study independent media in Eastern Europe. Internews secured $8 million to set up a media center, a news agency, and a broadcast and print outlets in Ukraine. It changed just about everything, recalls Marquino. We became a lot more effective because we could hire staff and cover a lot more ground. We also had become much more professional. Messenger, who eventually would be falling out with Hoffman, didn't like some of the changes. The first face of Internews was really a lot of fun, she says. We'd come up with little bits of money and do things, and it was all pretty ad hoc. But when the organization began structuring itself around getting money from the government, David really loved it, and I'm sure he still does. He felt that accepting so much government support limited Internews's flexibility. There was now an intersection between the political interests of the U.S. and the work that we are doing, right? David Hoffman? Think about that. Like, who else is connected to the Internews network? Who else is a part of that situation? You know what I'm saying? I know you didn't forget. I'm just making fun. And just to be clear, like this is it right here. The long, strange trip of David Hoffman. Yes, he's been a hop-skin lacrosse player, a draft resistor, a proto-Marxist agitator, a hippie recluse, and became a labor organizer. Now David Hopkins, AS66, has become a libertarian godfather of the independent news media around the world. Wow, David Hoffman. Who's David Hoffman? Not the actor, right? Is it the David Hoffman? Oh, yeah, it would be this guy, right? Actor and writer? No, can't be that guy. Let's see if we do look up Internews. David M. Hoffman. There we go. That's the name of it. Let's go check out his Wikijudipedia. Yeah, let's go. What's up, the Republitarian? What do you mean we got a thing? Yeah, it's not David Hasselhoff for sure. So born January 18th, 1964. He was an American author, president of Emeritus of Internews. Somebody doing like what? There's a lot of stuff here. Let's just see. Hoffman is the son of Jeremy and Naomi Hoffman. His parents immigrated from Odessa, Russian Empire. A Russian Jew. Very interesting. Is he related to David Hoffman? I don't know. What I do know is that, think about this shit, dog. These are the guys that were building up this. Could he be related to Gabe? Dr. Gabe Hoffman? Nah, dude. Gabe Hoffman fucking hates me now. But that's all right, dude. I don't really give a shit. Fuck that Jew. Woo! So where do we go? Like this is a pretty crazy thing to think about when we just look at it at the press text. It's like 500,000 or $500 million got sent to some people that were claiming that this was their office or whatever. Yet everything that we know about Internews is that they were working overseas in Russia and Ukraine and all these other places doing news, right? Well, they were saying they were doing the news, but it kind of seems like they were training people on how to do the news correctly, meaning how to do the news the way that they wanted you to do the news. And the people are all interconnected with the same group of motherfuckers that, well, it just doesn't look good, right? It doesn't look good. It don't feel good. It kind of just seems like they've been literally stealing money from us, right? All over the place. It's pretty fucking sketchy, okay? Like an old tire shop with some shit. And if you look at this, USAID thieves, Chelsea Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Dodge has confirmed and said that Chelsea Clinton was given $84 million and was supposed to go to relief in Haiti. Line items shows $3 million of the $84 million was spent on Chelsea Clinton's well-being, and $10 million was for the purchase of a luxury mansion. Think about that. So the Clintons are just getting too much money, right? Eskrid's so crazy out there. Yep. It is crazy out there right now. Like, wait a minute. So our tax dollars paid for Chelsea fucking Clinton's wedding? I didn't want to pay for that shit. Right? Well, that's exactly what they made us look at. And like some people were stupid buttons. Some people had actually looked at the charity grants that were associated for all of this stuff, and it's pretty thick, dude. Like somebody actually went to look at the Internews network and all of the different people that it was connected to: Global Giving Foundations, Conversion Society, International Foundation for Electoral something or other, PAC.Inc., International Research Exchange. I mean, these are all of the web of different companies that were literally associated together. Brave New Software Project, Operator Foundation, Sembramedia, I mean, Partners Global, Letty News, New Orleans Localization Lab, Fandier Foundation, Results for Development Institute, World Resources. I mean, it's so crazy to just come into here and see where all of the money is going. The New America Foundation. So you can track where all the money's going. It's not like it's out there. It's not like it's not out there. Fidelity Investments, Morgan Stanley, Greater Houston Community Foundation, Schwab Charitable Fund, Vanguard Charitable Endowments, Wildlife Conservation Societies, the Clara Leone Foundation. You know, think about this. Everybody that's seeing the money that's come out, we just look at from Internews out. And, you got to think that a vast majority of the money that was coming into Internews was grant money that was coming directly to the United States government. And this is what they're doing with it, right? Building all these different situations. Yeah. I haven't seen Splaistown if Anna Kasparian has responded to us because we know that the Young Turks got millions. A lot of people got big money off of this stuff. It's just not them, right? Just not them. But it gives you the idea of where we're supposed to be going with this shit. Because, I mean, come on, dude. Like, think about this. Somebody named Decent Backup. Oh, boy, just look at all these names getting USAID money through the Internews agency. Joseph T. Flynn, Laura Logan, Mary F. O'Neill, Michael T. Flynn, Paul S. Hoffecker, and Tracy Diaz. What? Huh? Wait a minute. What? Are you telling me that the people that came into QAnon at the tail end of it and we're the number one people that were associated to getting people to believe that the 8chan QAnon was a real QAnon, we're getting fucking paid? Huh. Interesting. So yes, Joseph Flynn, former treasurer, 3,500, they all had a part of it too, you guys. Uh-oh. Look at this. Tracy Diaz, secretary, 60,000. Michael Flynn, chairman of the board, 60,000. Laura Logan, member Laura Logan. And all of this comes in right here. Internews Network leads to America's Future. Yeah, America's Future Incorporated. Gross receipts, 2 million. Contributions, 1 million. Taxpayer funds. Yeah, you got to think about that, baby. You got to think about that. So, they were taking government money. Wait a minute. Isn't that exactly what I was telling you? Like, when we started the whole Q thing, like, anybody that was watching the show saw the times that I leaked the trip code. When I'd go to fucking 4chan and it would just be there at the top, right? And I'd just be like, don't say anything about that, okay? Just relax. Nobody did anything with it. And sure, Tracy Diaz in particular, or Tracy Beans in particular, was one of the main people that got big at the initial push of it. And she was the same person that was working with Jerome Corsi from InfoWars to basically confirm that the new guy that was posting over on 8chan was allegedly a real person, right? They were like, yes, the same person that was on 4chan was 8chan. There's no way that we could have ever proved it. They just have the same password that was leaked out to everybody, but it's the same guy. Jerome Corsi, Tracy Diaz, InfoWars. I mean, there's the same time that Alex Jones was coming around saying that, oh yeah, I'm talking to Q, man. Me and Black we're talking on the thing. And remember that the Zach guy sounded exactly like the microchip guy who came in later. And, you know, we all know how their stories have gone where they've like, we did it. No, we didn't do it. We did fake it. No, we didn't fake it. But the same group of characters seem to be popping up in this particularization, right? And it was Tracy that was literally the head. And she was working forward for it for a very long time until what happened, right? She kind of got exposed and cut herself out of the movement. And then immediately, this is happening, right? The group of digital soldiers, she got all of the money that she needed out of it, but she was literally getting paid from the government. You got to think about that, guys. Nobody's really been diving into that deep enough, I think. Right? It's straight grifting. It's real grifting. And they've been doing it for years, right? Why did Mike Flynn not care that people were saying that he was QAnon? Why did Mike Flynn, you know, dance and pussyfoot around the situation to the point where guys like Jim Stewartson were just 100% like, it was him. It's him. It's him. It's because of the stuff like this, right? Because he never officially denied it. He never officially approved it, but his people were around it, right? And that's why they believe what they believe. And, you know, maybe they're not wrong, right? Like, the things that we did as opposed to when it died and moved over, it completely morphed into something different. It was a merchandising operation. There was people making videos all over the places. We had all kinds of different other Q grifters that appeared out of thin air and started doing all of this stuff. And it's like nobody ever actually questioned. They just immediately believed that these people were just regular people. But, you know, we talked to Joseph Flynn and we were like, hey, man, you know, if you guys want us to, I could write an affidavit for your lawsuit. They didn't want it. Why did they want it? It's because they know that I'm not their friend. And I'm more than willing to say something about it. Right? Think about this. It gets even deeper. Anna Soletter, director at Internews Network, also serves as the VP of Communications over at Reddit. Yep. There's a lot of people that were working at Internews Reddit. You know, wait a minute. Somebody that's working at the Internews Network is also the VP of Communications at Reddit? And what did Reddit used to be? It was like the front page of the internet where you could go and get your news, but then it became this crazy toxic situation where you get banned for having a differing opinion, right? To the point where you could just get banned from a board and then never get access back because of the way that the system is designed. They don't actually give Reddit proper any ability to, you know, really control things over these boards unless bad shit is happening. And then you can see once again, I wonder how many of these Internews Network people were working for Twitter. How many of them are working for Facebook? How many of them are working for enter social media company here? The idea of all of this stuff should really tell you that, number one, the idea of Q was to fuck with the alt journalists, sure, and figure out who was good and who was bad. But then I had also said that it was the same test for the regular journalists. And everybody had to question for years and years and years, why wouldn't they just go forward with it? Why did they let it stay alive? Why did they just kept letting it go happen? We killed it, right? We tried to kill it. It didn't work. Why did it work? It's because somebody didn't want it to stop. And the evidence is right in front of your faces, dude. They were getting paid. Is exactly what I've been telling you for years. For years, right? That's how the shit works. This is where the money comes from. When you go to a whistleblower conference, or when you go to a hacking conference and talk to a bunch of whistleblowers, they're not really whistleblowers, dude. They're going to that whistleblower meeting because they're friends and they're waiting to listen to somebody say some shit that's whistleblower so that they can go report them. That's why I tell people jokingly, I'm like a god compared to them. Because I knew full well what I was doing when I went in that room and I told those people what to do. They just didn't really think about the future of it all and how it was going to affect them. Future proves past, remember the future. Think about that in a really straight way, is that, we actually got the names and stuff. And sure, Elon and them are going to be figuring out who it is and where the money's going and whatnot. But that's not the end of all of that stuff. When you start looking at the different people that are part of the network and what their control apparatus is, this chick was the head of communications for Reddit. She was previously corporate communications for the Motion Picture Association of America, MPAA. Those are the guys that shut down ninjavideo.net and tried to butt fuck me into next year or into the next century, but I got off because I didn't actually make any money. And then they couldn't actually prove how I was doing any of that shit. So, I got away. But that's just because I'm not a retard like all the other people for the Ninja Video shit, uploading and downloading that shit from my house. Are you fucking dumb? Why the fuck would you upload that shit from your house? You stupid fucks! Get a shell! Fucking gateway computer somewhere else and do it from there. Are you fucking kidding me? Sorry. Anyways. So yes, for corporate media communications, where she worked on major news events like the Sony hack, something covered by WikiLeaks, gun violence in the media, and First Amendment issues. She was also communications for the Center of American Progress. Oh, shit. Somebody 18 minutes ago, Teddy sent us a super chat, bro. You probably don't hear the noise, but Teddy, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. I'm sorry I didn't miss it. I'm sorry I didn't miss it. But anyways, $1.99 through the super chat saying, I know Lloyd-Chi enjoys Angus burger treats. Yes, she does. So that's why we gave it to her. So yeah, if you think about where we at on this shit, the money and where it's coming from, it's like going to DEF CON in 2017, talking to those whistleblowers, which was just a bunch of government people looking to snitch on somebody, giving them something so fucking juicy that they never heard of. You can start seeing how all this shit builds together, right? You don't have to believe me. There's actually proof of it. And everything that's going to be coming out over the next couple of years is just going to further confirm how truthful I am. When you have good OPSEC, right? When you have your OPSEC and it's really, really clean, you shouldn't have anything to show anyone. You just wait for everything to come forward. And once you start seeing how they've been controlling things for so many fucking years, start to realize that the Center for American Progress, the compressive think tanks, and how they're controlling people. In 2016, she co-founded the GOTV with an effort called Ride My Vote, which included funded or ride sharing to the polls. Think about that, dude. We're literally dealing with people that have been doing this for tons of money, and they're not even that great at it. It's the best part, right? They're not even that great at it. They just have enough people they can pay money to make themselves at least somewhat seem effective. And it's like it just keeps coming up. It keeps coming up. Witch after witch after bitch after bitch. And what are you supposed to be saying, right? What are you supposed to do? You know, we can see that characters like these guys are coming forward and see all this bullshit happen. It's never going to change, though. Like, it's only going to keep getting even more strange, I think. Like, these guys have no idea. They have no idea what they've done. They had no idea what they've done.
Just listening on your conversation about Doge, Jake, I'm surprised that you never figured out a way to get involved in this USAID. I mean, everybody's on the take except you. What's going on?
If I had known, I would have started an NGO. Where's my NGO?
You had everything except the money laundering. You had the grift, you had the virtue signaling. You had it all except the actual money.
Let me up-level this for a second, okay? So we knew the U.S. government runs a $2 trillion deficit every year. We're in debt almost $40 trillion. And we also knew that anytime anyone tries to cut anything in Washington, the whole city screams bloody murder. Okay, so the question is just why? Well, now we know the money is all going to them. It's like round tripping to them. New York Times getting paid. Politico getting paid. Bill Kristol, perennial warmonger, getting paid. Ukraine getting paid. Like 11 out of 12 publications, Ukraine getting paid.
Incredible.
Viktor Orban, who's the prime minister of Hungary, was saying that he's very popular in Hungary. His political opposition funded by USAID. In Poland, the left-wing political opposition funded by USAID, and on and on and on it goes.
BBC. You wonder why everyone in the UK.
paid.
So yeah.
Like
I couldn't believe the BBC is getting paid.
Every left-wing organization in the world seems to be getting paid by this slush fund at USAID, which disperses about $50 billion a year. That's $1 billion a week. That's actually a lot of money. And so it makes you wonder, you know, the left in general tries to portray itself as a movement of the people, that it's grassroots. This is the exact opposite. This is AstroTurf. This is basically money coming from the top down out of Washington to fund all of these groups, maybe not even in the United States, like all over the world. So it makes you wonder, what is the real level of...
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My shit froze. Oh, that's weird. My shit froze. No. So the more that we look into this stuff and we hear from these people, the clearer we can see is that, you know, maybe it was a joke, right? So many people starting NGOs just so that they get paid as contractors on the outside of the fluff. And what's it supposed to do? What's it supposed to mean? How many of these people were on the take? Yeah, sorry, I don't know what the heck happened there. I opened up some shit and then my browser failed or something like that. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. But it happened. And then I lost the whole chat too. Damn it. I lost the whole fucking chat. Yeah, Rumble probably just shut me down there for a second because they're bitches. Woo! Yeah. Oh, and then there was some dumb asshole in the chat that doesn't listen. So yeah, there's something called Sky Talks at DEF CON. It's a sub-conference that gives you a unique platform for researchers to share their research, for angry hackers to rant about issues in the industry off the record. Yeah. 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 Yeah, it was one of those. It was a whistleblower Sky Talk at DEF CON. Sub-conference. They don't allow you to record video or take people's anything. You just go in there. And they even have a fucking website. So, you know, it's what it was. It's what it's all about. So yeah, it's real. It really happened. I don't care if you believe me or don't believe me, because you're probably dumb anyway. Anyways, so where do we go from here? I mean, is that even the last group of people that were getting paid fat fucking money for this shit? Like, let's look at some other people. How about Turning Point USA, the Jewish supremacy organization that has literally infected literally every portion of the Republican Party to the point where Cherie tried to get me to pay them $500 to go to their party, and I was like, nah, dog, I ain't going to that shit. That's Turning Point USA. Y'all can pay them fucking money, but you know what? That's just a Goya party. You know what I'm saying? Well, wouldn't you like to know that Turning Point USA was one of the organizations that was getting buku bucks, fat money from the USAID to do their business? And guess what? Charlie Kirk, CEO and president, he was getting paid $289,000 a year in taxpayer funds through compensation with some other people. So don't think that it's just the Democrats and Internews agency that were pulling that bullshit. I mean, fucking the existence of TPUSA was 110% fully almost connected to that. That's what was helping keep them alive, right? I mean, sure, they're getting fucking funds and shit like that from other people, but yeah, you can realize that, you know, the charity or whatever 501c3 was also another one of those fucking guys. You know, so, you know, while everybody else is suffering, Charlie Kirk was like, you know, buying and selling fucking mansions in Scottsdale, Arizona. This is from March 13th of 2024, where he was actually selling his Scottsdale mansion for $6.5 million, right? And where do you think he got the money to buy that bitch? Oh, right. Right. He fucking he got it from the government. He was one of those fuck faces that was getting government money. Yeah. Pretty interesting. Gotta think about that. Gotta think about it. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, yeah, same thing with Brandon Straka. Brandon Straka was getting money from USAID and working with fucking General Flynn and Tracy Beans. I mean, when Tracy Beans stopped doing the QAnon stuff, what did she do? She started a show with Brandon Straka, and it directly coincides with from when she started getting government money. So, like, guys, you know, she got outed. She had too much heat in the QAnon business, so they took her out and then put her together with somebody else so that they could do darkness into light or some shit like that. Like, I don't even remember what the name of the podcast is, but it's fucked up. Shit's fucked up. Yeah. If you gotta think, you should get the fuck off my feed until you explain why you think it's appropriate for TPUSA or TPJUSA, as I like to call them, or TPJUSAID, as I like to call them, take money from foreign intelligence operations like IDF Unit 8200, PragerU, and Mossad. Yeah, that's right. Mm-mm. 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 Fact check it. Gotta think about that, dude. Gotta think about it. Like, honestly, there's just so much going on in there to think about, right? Like, this isn't even half of the individuals that are out there. You know, all of these guys are doing the same thing. Like, you could go ahead and like them, or if you want, but the reality is that these dudes have been part of it forever. Like, what's misleading about any of this stuff? You know, Mike Flynn being on the board of OSY Technologies Luxembourg, or being an owner of Q Cyber, the parent company of NSO Group, right? If you go through all of these different data situations, you can see where all the money's flowing, and you can see just how directly these NGOs and other folks were actually getting money from the taxpayers. Yep. That's the way that it really goes. That's the way that it's supposed to be. So more people, more folks looking at this kind of stuff, and then you'll start noticing that This has been going on for so fucking long that it's almost insane to think that people are just barely getting into this stuff. And I mean, think about this. Like, it's a network, dude. Like Scott Pressler, an Israeli actor or a guy that came from an Israeli talent agency that was super fucking gay, that became the number one like person for getting people registered to vote in Pennsylvania. And some people actually say that it was him that basically got Trump elected, or at least got him that state, right? If you look into his past, obviously kind of gay, kind of a little bit out there, but at the same time, if you look into his family's history, working for the Department of Defense, and yeah, like it all kind of rolls together, dude. Like, here's this. Tal Hanan connects to Scott's father, Israeli security expert, founder of Demo Man International. Tal Hanan found the team working to manipulate global politics, a former Israeli operative. Yeah. And then if you just put it into perspective, like Scott Pressler was hired by the Nevada Republican Party to come and speak at one of their events or whatever. And that was the same time it was all the Jewish people showed up and did all that weird shit. And all of a sudden, here we go. It's like, you can't really trust any of the people that are out there. Everything that's been put together so far has been really just assimilated and assembled to basically manipulate you. And I think a lot of people out there are saying that, why do some of us have been calling out your local favorite mega influencers? Don't forget that there's still 2,800 identified influencers on behalf of a foreign entity, unregistered foreign agents identified by the DOJ, and we're still waiting for the DOJ to release their names, right? So it's like, besides what we're seeing here from USAID and everything else, like, we still haven't seen the names of people that have actually been associated to half of this stuff. So it just means that there's going to be more people coming forward. There's going to be more information that's coming forward. Like, we know all of these intel ops are going to be taking hits on this particular situation, but they're going to be trying to spin their asses off right now. And that's the things that we're going to be seeing from TPUSA. And it's like all these Trump associated things, but you got to realize, like, that was their game in the first place. And what does it all boil back down to? It fucking boils back down to goddamn Israel, dude. That's where it always rolls back, right? It always rolls back to that. Always right back to that. Do I know why? No. Yeah, I don't know why they've been doing all this. I mean, essentially, sewer guy Rob, I appreciate that you trust me. You've been paying me money for how many years now? Like, we've always been the straight up guy on the internet who shows all the evidence, who actually knows how to run a live stream in a system. And then we get like dumbasses in the chat that like have never been here before and start yakking in the chat like they deserve attention. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Like, I'm trustable because I don't have anything to hide. I'm transparent. I fucking show my bank account and my fucking emails and shit like that. Like, what the fuck? I'm not a part of any of that. Right? And this is everything that we've been trying to tell people for fucking years, since before 2016, right? Like, we've lost channels, we've lost Twitter accounts, we've lost everything trying to put this information out there, and we're still doing it, right? And I'm just trying to point out that, this shit is unprecedented. We're in some new space, my friends. We're in some new space. Literally, the amount of money that has been floating around to subvert not only the American people, but everyone else, is crazy. So like you got to look at it as like this is the biggest or one of the biggest unveilings of like the deep state and their apparatus that has ever been seen. And they're lashing out. They're trying to fight, right? They're trying to fight, right? And then the idea is always to live Israel till last. So, you know, like Israel's always been the big bad just because now with all the different pathways that have been assembled for people to start finding information, the reality is just going to be that people are going to start noticing that everything is going to start falling to one fucking place, do the triangle approach, right? And the more we start looking at it, the more it's there. And if you think about this, Politico is one of those organizations that got a shitload of money, right? A U.S. federal judge issued a sweeping overnight block on Musk's Dodge team from accessing the Treasury payment systems, warning of possible hacks or compromises. His order limits access to only officials with security clearances and training for you need to know, right? The deep state's fighting back. They're trying to fight back right now. And if we look, where's this fucking article from? It's from Politico. Why is it from Politico? Right. Yeah. Think about that. Right? Like, Politico is putting out counter news information to what's happening with the Dodge system because they have a vested interest in it. Right? Yet they're supposed to be the center leading guys that are good, right? Right. But they're happy. They're happy. They're celebrating. Celebrating a federal judge from New York City, a Manhattan-based U.S. district judge named Par Engelmayer issued a middle-of-the-night order after an emergency request by 19 Democratic attorney generals wanting that the efforts for Musk's so-called Department of Government efficiencies to basically get fucked. And yeah, he agreed with them. He said, the assessment that abrupt changes in policy implemented by the Trump administration has created a risk that sensitive data would be disclosed or the system could be hacked. So the states were very likely to show that the new arrangement was legally improper. So, yep, the judge just decided to come in and say, hey, man, I got to help the deep state any way that I can. I got to stop these people because look at the information that we've just gotten, right? The information that we've just gotten is insane, right? It's insane. Yet now we can literally see how scared they are of things are because they think that these guys are going to leak information or share it. No, they're just running the numbers and auditing and then sharing the audited numbers. And it's like the Treasury Department doesn't want to get embarrassed on X. That's basically it, right? They're trying to shut them down, son. Trying to shut them the fuck down. That's what they're trying to do. So a federal judge in Washington already limited access to the system to a pair of Musk allies who have been embedded within the Treasury as special government employees, as well as other existing Treasury employees and officials with legitimate reasons to access it. But Engelmayer's order goes further, barring even the two Musk-associated officials, Tom Krause and Marco Elise, as well as many other government employees from accessing the system to at least February 14th, when a different judge has called a hearing on the matter. So basically, they're trying to lock everybody out till the 14th. I wonder why they would want to do that. It's because, yeah, you could probably erase, change, adjust, shit, any number of pieces of information during that week. But I'm pretty sure that they probably already scraped everything. But even then, they actually made it so that they said that they had to destroy anything that they had looked at or had associated, right? It says right here, the Barack Obama appointed judge also affirmatively barred political appointees or special government employees detailed to the Treasury, the designated given to Musk's allies, from accessing the system, and he ordered the Treasury Department leaders to require that any newly prohibited officials who already access such information to immediately destroy all copies of materials downloaded, which is literally them destroying the evidence, right? They want them to destroy the evidence of the crime because, it was gotten improperly. even though they literally got to do backroom deals in the middle of the night to get shit shut down. So you got to think, dude, who is really doing all of this? And even more so, like, wait a minute, how are they supposed to download anything? Every single post that I had seen said that they only had read-only access. So if they have read-only access, how are they downloading or exporting any of the data? What are they fucking doing? Like, get their phone out, take a picture of it? Like, that doesn't make any goddamn fucking sense. But it does make sense when you think, oh right, they're trying to hide. They're trying to hide what they fucking did. You know what I mean? They're trying to you give themselves some more times to cover up the fraud. Well, at least that's what it looks like, right? That's what it looks like. I don't think anybody else could try to tell you that it was going to be any other way, which is kind of strange, dude, you know? The operation, the people, everybody associated to it, all of them have the same idea of what they want to do. Right. And they want to control it. They want to control the situation. They got to control the narrative. And haven't you noticed that the news just hasn't been as powerful as it was? Right. Like they were just making videos every day. They were putting out articles every day. And now it doesn't matter how many that they do. They can't get the traction anymore. They've completely lost it. And that's where it gets real crazy. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's where it gets real crazy, dude. And you got to think about precedents. People were crying not that long ago that, or people were celebrating when Donald Trump lost his access to security briefings. Right? People were celebrating that.
Ask you then something that you do have
Remember
oversight
this?
of as president. Should former President Trump still receive intelligence briefings?
I think not,
Why not?
because of his erratic behavior unrelated to the insurrection.
I mean, you've called him an existential threat. You've called him dangerous. You've called him reckless.
Yeah, I have, and I believe it.
What's your worst fear if he continues to get these intelligence briefings?
I'd rather not speculate out loud. I just think that there is no need for him to have that intelligence briefing. What value is giving him an intelligence briefing? What impact does he have at all, other than the fact he might slip and say something?
Let me ask you then something that you do have oversight.
Yeah, think about that. Donald Trump lost his ability to get security briefings and a whole bunch of other shit because Joe Biden got rid of it for him, yet they're crying because Donald Trump took away Joe Biden's security briefings, even though he set the fucking precedent, right? He set the precedent. So they are fighting back. They are coming together. They are trying to make a difference, but is it really going to matter? Because, okay, so they can't look at the U.S. Treasury Department right now. Fine. We'll just go ahead and flip over to FEMA and go look at them and then make you guys do more paperwork. Yep. And that's right. Trump did just move Joe's Secret Service secret clearance and his security detail because he don't need that shit anymore. Right. So it's just it's tit for tat at this point. But even then, Trump don't care. He's already proven that he doesn't care. I mean, he came out and said that wild shit about Gaza that the United States is going to take it over. And this is in the middle of it. And I mean, just look at the propaganda that's coming out about this. Pale, gaunt Israeli hostages freed from Gaza captivity as scores of Palestinian prisoners released under ceasefire deal. Do you see the problem with this CNN headline? Pale, gaunt Israeli hostages? What are you even talking about? Like, they basically look exactly the same. Well, except for these two guys in the center or whatever, they definitely look like, they lost a few meals or whatever. I did them pretty good. But yeah, why do they care so much about the Israeli prisoners, man? Like the Palestinian prisoners had like broken teeth and were bloody and battered and the shit kicked out of them, and they looked like they were emaciated. Like, who gives a fuck about a couple of Israeli fools that lost a little bit of weight. Shit. Like, what the fuck, dog? Like, but that's how hard the propaganda is going to be, my friends. Like, this is exactly what we're looking at. We've been talking about this for years. And now when you go back and you look at it, you can start seeing that this is where the control paradigm is actually coming from, right? They're going to just use the same apparatus, but the same apparatus is basically focused on this Israel-Palestine conflict, which is so horribly one-sided that you would have to be a fucking retard. Just be you got to be a retard to think that the Israelis are the victims in this particular situation, because they're not. They're literally stealing people's land and murdering them indiscriminately. And then the president of the United States just came forward and was like, yeah, we're going to support that shit 100% of the way, and we're going to take over Gaza, and it's going to be ours. Like, that's fucking nuts, dude. Like, I don't care. Trump says crazy shit, but well, once you get to a certain level of crazy, you got to start realizing that it doesn't matter how much good and how much stuff is put out there about USAID and all this other bullshit. Whatever's happening with them is 1,000 times worse, because we send them money too. We fund that. That's our money, right? It's our money. It's always been our money. It will always be our money. But apparently it doesn't fucking belong to us. Yep. And maybe Trump says, oh, well, we're going to build hotels and it's going to be nice and beautiful. Then we're going to import the Palestinians to be the cheap labor, right? Like, okay, maybe, but irregardless, it's different. Trump don't got the support of anybody, any of the countries, right? Any of the Arab countries have all seen what he has done and basically are like, yeah, we did the Abraham Accords and the shit was good, but everything that you're saying now is fucked up. It's retarded. So you can either, unfuck that position, or we're not going to help you whatsoever, whether it's fucking Yemen, the goddamn Jordanians, the Egyptians, Saudis, like the Saudi Arabians. They said, no, you either recognize Palestine and they get their state like they're supposed to, or fuck you. Same thing with Egypt and Jordan. They're like, nah, dog. Like, sorry, Trump. No. Nope. Sorry, buddy. Not gonna allow that shit to happen. Right? Nope. There was a whole situation that we had put together, and we're gonna go ahead and stick with that. Yeah, we're sticking with that. Like, why would Trump think that the Arabs would want to do that to their people? Why does he think that Jordan can already take in more? Right? Like, are we going to start paying Jordan? Are we going to have to pay for all that too? No. That's the thing. It's just like Israel should pay for it. But the thing is we can't trust them to do anything good. We can't trust them to follow humane laws, world law, humanitarian, anything. Right? We can't. We can't. We just can't. So we're in a sick situation where we're literally pinned into a war. We're closer to crazy, fucked up shit than we were during the Biden administration. During the Biden administration, they were always hitting us with the boogeyman, the Russian boogeyman. But it was like, what can we do? You guys are just sending all of our money over there, right? And now the boogeyman is getting switched again. And what's the boogeyman? It's just going to be Israel. Well, it's Hamas. Hamas is the boogeyman. Even though... yeah, I don't know. Who do you think seems a little more scary? Israel wants us to pay to move the Gazans and to build all the stuff. But yeah, like the only way that plan would work and would make any sense is to be like, okay, so the United States would come in, we'll fucking take over the place, but Israel has to pay for everything. Yep. You got to pay to relocate them. You got to pay to build them homes in the new areas, and you got to keep paying. We'll come in, we'll get it all locked down, and we'll get the situation into a zero-sum game. But yeah, they're going to have to pay, and the Jews will just never pay, right? They would just much rather kill all of them. That's what the Jewish people want to do. The Israelis, that's what they want to do. They just want to murder all of them, get rid of them. That's insane, right? It's insane. So they got to pay. It's just like Mexico building the wall. Like, if you want that fucking plan to happen, Trump, they got to fucking pay for it. They got to fucking pay for it. If not, suck a dick, right? Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Maybe we could get Israel to pay for our wall too. That would be great, right? No, but I mean, Israel's the one that wants Gaza. They're the ones that have been bombing and doing other stuff. Maybe they think that they owe. I mean, God told them thousands of years ago that it belonged to them, so they obviously deserve it, right? Even though, they broke the covenant with God multiple times, and he was all like, fuck y'all, I don't want nothing to do with you anymore. It hasn't showed back up for them ever. And if you don't believe that, how did the Holocaust happen? Where was he at? He wasn't there. I don't think he cared. Think about that. So where we're at in that particular place is just really weird to me, right? Because the news isn't forcing it on other people. They're really only focused on, it's this. Oh, they made our people look like Holocaust survivors, right? Ministry calls to destroy Hamas after hostages return looking like Holocaust survivors. Yeah, so if those guys look like Holocaust survivors, what do the Palestinians look like? Not Holocaust survivors? Like, is that real? Like, could you be like, it doesn't make any sense. Don't make any goddamn sense, son. Don't make any sense. Yeah. It never makes any sense, dude. So what do we do? What are we supposed to say at that particular point? I don't know, man. I don't know. All I know is that the shit is fucked up. Bro, the shit is fucked up. I mean, how fucked up is it? What is this? $27 million in USAID money was used by Soros-backed NGOs to elect far-left DAs and AGs. Over 40% of the murders in the U.S. occur in the communities where USAID funds were used to elect Democratic prosecutors like New York AG Letitia James. Not surprising, she's suing to restore USAID funding. Yes, New York Attorney General Letitia James announced that she was suing Elon Musk's Dodge. You may recall James was elected thanks to contributions from groups funded by George Soros and USAID. In fact, USAID gave $27 million to Soros-backed prosecutors' funds. Interesting. Yeah. I guess she needs new shoes or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's like, wow. So wait a minute. USAID was like paying for all the prosecutors and, getting them elected and, breaking them off money or whatever. Just so happens to be the same people that were going after Donald Trump. Just happens. Yeah. And what were they doing? Oh, right. Yeah. Like, it's how they work. USAID gives the money to the George Soros Foundation, and then the George Soros Foundation can do all the stuff. And then, oh, yes, see, look, the United States government isn't manipulating elections or anything like that. We paid the Soros Foundation, and they can do whatever they want with it, and they have plausible deniability. Do you see how that works? Because that's exactly how it works. USAID, they say, hey, Internews, here's $500 billion. Go control the narrative for us. George Soros, we would like you to help them control the narrative, and then we want you to get a bunch of people elected. Here's a bunch of money. But obviously, you're doing it, not us. Plausible deniability. And then you guys can pay somebody and pay somebody. Yeah. You got to think about it in any way that you can. Because this is what these people are doing. This is how they've been moving forward. It's how they get their money. They love it. They love it. Can't make this up. Top USAID contractor in 2024. Pfizer's number 2 on the list with over $5 billion in taxpayer funds. Oh, and a company called Chemonics, they're actually number 1, number 3, and number 5. And they were added to the lists of defendants for allegedly paying bribes to the Taliban. And the founder says, I've always wanted to have my own CIA. But yes, think about that. Chemonics International Inc. gets more money than Pfizer and Jon Snow Incorporated, whatever fucking Jon Snow Incorporated is. But looking at the spending that's being done by USAID, you know, you gotta ask yourself, like, who the fuck is Chemonics? Right? That's a $6 billion team right there. Bunch of diverse faces. Got a bunch of black chicks and Indian chicks. There's like one hot, like semi-hot white chick, and then there's like a 5-head white chick. Got a bunch of black chicks, right? Like some got Nairobi, Cambodia, fucking that's Kenya. That bitch is Kenyan right there for sure. You can tell by the titties. Anyways, I guess the more people look into this stuff, the more people realize that the situation is far more gross than meets the eye. Right? Yeah. Wait, so they're like the CIA, but what are they, like the DEI CIA? That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If you really ask me, let's just see. Chemonics International. Global sustainable firm. We adapt and apply solutions around the world to fit the economy and context, with a network of 6,000 teammates to turn life-changing solutions into world-changing ones. $2 billion in private sector investment for agribusiness mobilized with our partners, cost savings of health commodities of $1 billion in partnerships with local organizations in 50 different countries. That's 2,800. Interesting. This is that a video?
Antes utilizamos las lagunas para pescar. Mis tíos me traían para hacer la actividad de pastoreo y también observar los flamencos. Como guayú, me siento orgulloso de ver estos ecosistemas en estado de conservación y que también mis hijos puedan disfrutar de estas especies o de estos ecosistemas.
Oh, I should make sure you guys can actually hear that shit. Oh yeah, they're all about sustainable growth and shit. And sustainable development goals.
Tool to the needs of that forestry service, which is working on conservation planning and biodiversity threats in their forestry areas. And with that, we were able to create a tool called Lawin. We worked at a pilot level, adapting the smart technology to the needs of the forestry service throughout the Philippines, and enable the forestry service to be able to carry out their conservation work in a much more effective and efficient way. We then took the smart technology to Bangladesh, and most recently to Colombia. Colombia is one of the most biodiverse countries in the world. Through the smart technology, we're able to work with the National Park Service, identifying areas where biodiversity is threatened and make...
Yeah, real weird, dude. Biodiversity, huh? Washington, London? Kind of definitely seems like a whole entire situation. And they tell you who they are, where they work, but I mean, tell me that you don't have a lot of information for me without telling me that you don't have a lot of information for me. Holy shit. Holy shit. All smart trees and smart designs and smart people and smart whatevers. Yeah. Kind of seems a little strange, dude. Seems a little strange. Seems like, why are they getting so much money from USAID? Oh, because they're doing development, right? What are they developing? Oh, they're developing all these countries to become democracies. That must be what they're doing. That must be what they're doing. Wow, here's a video that might be good. What do you know about the history of Chemonics? Yeah, like we give them all of our fucking money. What are they all about?
Welcome to Chemonics. We wanted to share some of our story with you from our early days until today.
Who the fuck? What the fuck was that? Is that a body type?
Is Tony Teals, the founder of Chemonics as we know it today. From 1972 to 1976, he was chief of party of the USAID-funded Afghanistan Fertilizer Distribution Project. At the time, one of the subcontractors was called Chemonics Industries and was ran by a gentleman named Frank Pfeffer. Tony approached Frank about an idea of starting a global development practice. Frank, in fact, liked the idea so much that he took him up on it.
Fertilizer.
And from there, Chemonics International Consulting Division was born in July 1975.
Chemonics' story goes back even further. Chemonics Industries, originally known as the Arizona Fertilizer Company, in 1929, had been working for decades on the expansion of agricultural production.
Holy shit. My grandpa.
In the United States. That knowledge of agricultural production was the cornerstone of our involvement in international development as we began growing and taking on new projects all around the world.
I joined Chemonics International in 1980. Back then there were only 12 people. It was small, it was chaotic, but we had fun. We started out as a development consulting firm because our founder, Tony Teal, had the vision to create a consulting firm to achieve development impact, one client, one project at a time. He also took a chance and opportunity on people, and I was a beneficiary of that. At the end of the first week, he asked me to go to Cairo and to do a G2. So he loaded me up with a typewriter that was high-tech back then and was off to Cairo. The first person I talked to was a friend of mine, Ashraf Rizk. He helped me do some research for the proposal, and later I was surprised. We won. I arrived in Cairo and worked with Ashraf on the startup. He impressed everyone, and later on he was hired by Tony Teal to become a management expert, and later on became our second president and CEO, and he's now the current chairman of the board.
The company grew considerably from 1980s to 1999, from having a handful of projects in Mali, Haiti, Egypt, and Afghanistan, to taking on projects around the world, and in many different technical sectors. On April 1st, 1999, we started our first step in Tony's vision towards being the 100% employee-owned company that we are today, becoming fully independent of early industries, and Chemonics International, as we know it today, was established.
Chemonics is an organization that hires people who are passionate. Some are passionate about protecting the environment, others about empowering women, and others about compliance. But overall, we're all passionate about making sure our projects make a positive impact in people's lives. We work in projects in Latin America and the Caribbean, Africa, the Middle East and North Africa, Asia, Europe, and Eurasia. Our team is comprised of the best and brightest technical experts around the world.
Here at Chemonics, we believe that those who have the least deserve our best. We believe that international development is not just a passion, it's not just something you're interested in, it's actually a profession. So it means it takes ingenuity, it takes skill, it takes the stubborn persistence that we will be better tomorrow than we are today.
Wow, 100-person company, so focused on international development in other countries where we're spending lots of our money to invest in other countries. Very, very interesting. Hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars going to these guys just so that they can do whatever, you know? It makes you wonder, dude. It really does make you wonder if that's how things are going to be moving forward. I mean, you wouldn't think that it would be that crazy, would you? Well, think about it in this way. Do you guys remember Anonymous? Right? Anonymous. You guys have heard of Anonymous before, haven't you? Today, the largest anonymous social media profile used a heavily charged political message regarding recent changes in the United States political ecosystem. In summary, they assert rapid changes in technology systems due to the actions performed by Elon Musk, or rather the Department of Government Efficiency. He has left a massive vulnerability which can be exploited, and they intend to exploit it. It has resulted in a lot of attention from non-techies to their social media profiles. Previously, Anonymous has promised to perform similar actions and nothing came to fruition. Government institutions have been compromised in the past, which resulted in very little, like Conti, Lockbit, and Alpha, Ransom Hub, and various other state-sponsored groups compromise the United States government, although to varying degrees. This includes when the Iranian government compromised Trump's campaign via social engineering. It wasn't the end of the world. You don't need to exploit anything. Just follow Scattered Spiders TPP, pay some guy $50 to call them and ask for a password reset, or check Stealer logs. In the event a government institution is compromised, what do you intend to do? Deploy ransomware? 99% of the U.S. citizens' PII has been dumped anyway from places like breach forums or other previous malware attacks. Where is this call to action speech when other countries have political ideologies present when they do not adhere to your belief system? Any serious threat actor or hacktivist shouldn't announce their intentions to millions of people prior to the action. We personally have not witnessed a serious threat group release a 3-minute and 50-second long manifesto prior to performing a compromise. It is a good idea metaphorically to declare war on a person who owns this platform. Is it good to metaphorically declare war on the United States government on any social media platform without doing due diligence and ensuring your OPSEC isn't cooked? And then, by the way, if you guys don't remember, Aubrey Cottle, that guy Aubrey Cottle that was going after the Q&As or whatever, yeah, he's the guy that runs the YourNon Central account. That's Aubrey Cottle's account. Plot twist: Anonymous decides to partner up with Dmitry Koroshev, creator and administrator of the Lockbit ransomware group, and Maxim Yubitz, Evo Corp for social justice or something. They're deploying malware against critical infrastructure for your freedom. So yes, Canadian hacker and hacktivist Aubrey Cottle just did the craziest shit that he's ever done so far, basically saying that he gonna take on the United States government and hack the shit out of them. And I'm just like, yeah.
Greetings, citizens of the United States. The
Let's watch
effects
the
of
video.
Donald Trump's presidency are no longer distant warnings. They are here, unfolding before you. While many remain unaware, blinded by the administration's relentless efforts to suppress the truth, the rest of the world is watching, and it is responding. Long-standing alliances with key nations such as Canada and Mexico are fracturing inch by inch.
Hey, fuck you, Mr. Blacksmith. Don't steal my fucking car.
The cracks are widening, and the global community is reassessing its trust in the United States. The question is no longer if, but when these relationships will collapse entirely. The consequences will be severe. Every imported product you rely on, everyday essentials, food, technology, will see skyrocketing prices, making even basic necessities unattainable for the average American. What you perceive as a simple rise in costs is, in reality, a calculated strategy. The plan?
You better be joking, fool.
To systematically dismantle the lower class, to push those already struggling into the abyss of poverty where they will face an impossible choice. Perish or submit to servitude under the wealthy elite. Make no mistake, this is economic warfare, and the target is you. The recent ICE raids are not just about immigration enforcement, they are about control. The Trump administration seeks to reignite the flames of racial inequality and segregation-era policies, erasing diversity to craft a nation built on division and fear. These operations are disrupting local economies, forcing businesses to crumble, and ensuring the economic elimination of the working class. What follows is a society engineered to serve the interests of the few.
Oh my God. The V for Vendetta shit every fucking time just is ridiculous.
At the cost of the many. And as the oligarchy takes shape, another darker ideology is creeping into the mainstream.
Oh, really?
Fascist
is it?
ideals, once whispered in the shadows, are now being openly embraced. Symbolism matters. Gestures matter. Elon Musk, a figure of immense influence, recently tested the waters with a gesture recognized worldwide as a Nazi salute. This was not an accident. It was a message, a challenge, a warning. But know this, the people are not silent. Despite the administration's best efforts to muzzle dissent, the voices of resistance grow louder. Trump's reckless overhauls, his purges of experienced government officials, his chaotic restructuring of critical infrastructure have created vulnerabilities, weaknesses, entry points. This transition period is his greatest liability, but it is also our greatest opportunity. The rushed implementation of new systems, the mass firings of key personnel, and the chaotic dismantling of existing structures have left behind critical gaps that Anonymous can and will exploit. Every system that has been hastily restructured without foresight, every official removed without proper transition planning, leaves behind exposed veins within the government's framework. These vulnerabilities are more than just bureaucratic inefficiencies. They are cracks in the foundation that can and will be breached. Anonymous watches. Anonymous waits. The time to act is fast approaching. The administration's arrogance blinds them to the fragility of their own system. Their overconfidence in their ability to silence dissent and erase opposition will be their undoing. We know where to look. We know how to strike. But understand this, our intervention.
Is he crazy? They haven't changed how any of the systems work. All the systems work exactly the same as they have always worked. Like, everything that he's saying right now just retarded. Like, they haven't created a new attack surface. They've only added a few people that you could potentially compromise, but there's literally no fucking way that any of the shit that you just said is even halfway true, because, like, honestly, they haven't changed anything. The system still worked the same. So if you already had access to the system and can already compromise the system, then maybe that would make sense. But trying to pretend that anything that has been done is going to change anything, that's straight up retarded.
No matter how disruptive, will only be.
Yeah, dude, Aubrey Cobble is a fucking commie. He's lame. He's a Canadian, dude. He's a Canadian hacker, but he's also a Fed. He's already gotten arrested for all his hacktivism shit. So whatever he's doing right now, he's doing it under the watchful eye of his handlers. 100%.
Be a temporary roadblock unless you, the people, rise. This is your warning. This is your chance. The transition period is fleeting, and once they solidify their grip, your options will vanish. If you fail to act now, the cost of resistance will be far greater in the future.
Holy shit,
to those in
I
power,
the liar?
think carefully. Your decisions now will determine your future. We are Anonymous.
Oh, baby.
We are Legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
We are Anonymous. We do not forgive. We do not forgive. We are gay. Expect us. Yeah, so I mean, like, it's literally Uranon Central that's putting it out. And the last time that I remembered it doing all this investigation, this is literally fucking Aubrey Cottle. And he's been the guy that's been running this account forever. I mean, look at he's saying, arrest Musk, arrest Trump, life in prison for both. Like, are you kidding me? Was this Hitler seeing the biggest fans of 2025 or bipolar black rapper and a gay Mexican virgin? Oh. And then also, yeah, they're going to be taking credit for any of these protests that are going on right now. So it's like we got a couple of different ways that were actually happening. So, like, we know that the Anon bros are intermixed with the same people that were from the Cicada group who eventually morphed themselves into being Q people and Cicada people and anonymous people. Like, we're looking at the same thing. Like, that was one of Thomas's selling points for Cicada, was that, oh yeah, a lot of us were at the 2012, with Anonymous, we all started as Anonymous, and that they have the same ideology on how they operate their little group, right? It's all based on being anonymous, using a pseudonym, putting on a mask and pretending to be somebody so you can spread disinformation or control information. And it's like these guys are acting like they're not working with the government, yet it's pretty clear now that most of them are through some fucking back channel, some way they're getting their fucking money. Yeah, think about that, dude. Gotta think about it. Like, why hasn't anybody ever gotten arrested for any of this shit? Right? Like, nobody ever got arrested. Right? Like, Hillary Clinton never got arrested. No motherfucker ever got arrested. Yet everybody's talking about all these Gitmo expansions, right? Remember when the show was called Gitmo Life, dude? Remember when we were doing Gitmo Life? I forgot about that shit. Oh, Glenn. Gitmo Life. Yeah, I don't even remember, dude. That just makes me fucking laugh, bro. That makes me fucking laugh just thinking about that. So if we go search for Gitmo, people have been talking about it, right? Because apparently they're expanding Gitmo. It says, I was in Cuba tonight and saw firsthand criminal aliens being offloaded on a flight at Gitmo. Vicious gang members will no longer have a safe haven in our country. Yep. Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. A lot of people think that they're opening up and building out shit at Guantanamo Bay for all the people that are going to get thrown in jail from the government. Yet the reality is that they're probably just going to use it for aliens and illegal immigrants, right? Is that what we've heard? I've posted this video before. It's probably copyrighted. But yeah, you're talking about this, all these different people getting arrested for seditious conspiracy and shit like that. Yeah, dog, I don't think that's going to happen, son. I think they're going to get away with it. It feels like Trump's going to let him get away with it as long as they help him get to his Israel first policy bullshit, whatever the fuck he's doing. Because if you think about it, that's basically where we're at. Because these are like all of the people, right? All of the people that, you should be going down. John Podesta, Adam Schiff, Mark Zuckerberg, right? Jack Dorsey, Rod Rosenstein. God, we got to respect the Q person that just took all the fucking time to put this together or whatever. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate your retardation and utilizing your autism for good. Thank you. Right? I guess you got to be nice to those people. Yep. I just don't see all those people ended up in Gitmo, right? Dodge has proven Gitmo should not be for illegal aliens. We deserve to see military tribunals. We deserve to see prosecutions. People should hang for what they did to U.S. citizens. You would be locked up for not paying your taxes, right? Right? Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what is it? 180,000 sealed indictments. I'm still waiting for Hillary Clinton to get arrested. It's never happening, bro. Like, are you kidding me? Somebody said sealed indictments. Sealed indictments. Let's see what people are saying about that. I can't believe it. People are so, like, 200,000 sealed indictments. 2020, bro. Sealed indictments. 543,000. I completely forgot about the sealed indictments. How are they tracking this? Oh, man. That's a fucking shitload, bro. That's a shitload of sealed indictments, man. It's going to be huge. Breaking, D.C. District Court partially seals on hundreds of indictment charges, including bribery of a public official and all this other stuff. Yeah, we're still waiting for it. We're still waiting for it. It hadn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. but the number keeps going up somehow. I don't know how. I don't know how the Excel spreadsheet works. That wasn't my department or whatever. That was some shit that some person invented after we talked about Hillary Clinton wanting to be arrested or whatever. Like, that was something that just blew up on its own, right? Like, that came from nowhere, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, all you say sealed indictments? Like, how do you track a sealed indictment? How do you know? Like, that's some fucking magic. But they got him, bro. They got him. They got to carry out the 500 million sealed indictments, son. Like, there's some more. Right. Criminal case reports, sealed indictments filed at the DC Circuit, 2017. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, are you guys watching The Water? Because that's where Aquaman's going to come from. You guys like Aquaman? I like Aquaman. Not the Submariner. That dude's whack, though, because he can't fucking control fish and shit. Gay. Gay! Anyways. Oh, boy. So, I guess we should go into our Google thing, Discord, and figure out what the fuck's happening. Because we still have links over there and shit. Yeah, I posted this earlier. I never figured out what actually happened with the situation, but why are they locking down Trump International like that? The police were like just parked out in front of Trump International Hotel earlier today, just like locked up like that. Yeah. I don't know. Justice League all the way. Yeah, it was Q clearance in the first post because it was supposed to be a Cure Clearance Patriot because it was supposed to be pointing to the fact that it was a person that had Q clearance, which was the Department of Energy. But people went with QAnon because, people were always focused on all of the other Anons like FBI Anon and Mega Anon and White House Anon and Supreme Court Anon and PD Anon. I mean, there's a lot of fucking Anons, bro. I was PD Anon. That was funny. People got all mad. People get all mad at that shit. But whatever. That shit was funny. I laughed. I knew I shouldn't have laughed at it. Look at this right here. Do you think that this is proper attire for a reporter? I don't see the problem. I mean, I'd be worried my titty would pop out if I was wearing that myself, but like, just get some tape or something. Just some tape. Get some fucking tape. What is this? Oh, here's what we know about a commuter plane crash in Alaska that killed 10 people. Okay, yeah. So remember how we had planes crashing all over the fucking place? Like, planes be crashing, bro. Lots of plane crashes. There was like 3 other plane crashes that happened in other countries. And now we got another one. This one was in Alaska. It was a commuter plane, right? Still working to recover it, but 10 people died trying to determine what caused the small commuter aircraft to go down in the icy Bering Sea. Single-engine turboprop plane went down. Yet another fucking plane going down. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I think it's got something to do with the moving poles and the changing of the GPSs and then the magnets in the air, or the air is like moving in a different way. And then there's like pockets where there's like not enough to keep the plane up, and it goes down. Anyways, yeah, a lot more crashes, dude. I keep seeing that. There's been a lot more crashes, right? I've been looking at that on the news or whatever. Like, we looked at most of the stuff that was on X or whatever, but at the same time, they're talking about Elon getting blocked on the Treasury. We talked about that tsunami alert. What the fuck, a tsunami? Major earthquake shakes Caribbean tsunami threat. 6.7 in Georgetown in the Cayman Islands. Ay, ay, ay. That's actually a pretty big one. Well, at least they didn't have a tsunami. Wow. Yeah, I didn't hear about that. Actually, that's 2 hours ago. That's coming out here. Oh, okay. So we had a couple earthquakes, actually. It shows one that's right there from the USGS right off the Dominican Republic, and then another one. And, 3. So, like, one big one and some aftershocks. Holy shit. Well, that's interesting. A tsunami warning issued after a powerful 6.7 magnitude earthquake that rocked the Caribbean Sea. 6.7? Jesus. Yep, right there. 7.6. Holy fuck. That's actually pretty big. 7.6 is not small. That fucked some shit up. At least it was in the ocean. I mean, remember when the one happened off of the coast of California not that long ago? Things be moving. Things are moving. Yeah, tsunami in the Gulf of America? Yeah, maybe. That'd be cool. But no, it doesn't look like it's actually directly in the Gulf of America. It's in the Caribbean. See? So, like, Gulf of America. See, right here it says Gulf of Mexico, but that's wrong. Sorry, BBC. It's the Gulf of America now. You better fix that shit before we come over there and kick your ass again. Sons of bitches. Anyways, it's unclear if there's been any movement or damage on land. Well, that's good. It just happened off the coast, right? Like, at least they didn't get a tsunami. That's still crazy, though. I didn't even know that happened. See, that's why I go look at this, because this is an easy way to figure out if anything has happened. If anything has happened, we would know. And you know how we would know? All we got to do is click on that thing. What's this here? Interesting. This is something that somebody posted in my Discord, so I haven't even really looked at it. By the order of the President of the United States, Dodge will engineer an algorithm? Just what the fuck? All right, let's beep. Let's see. Let's take a look at that. Actually, I'll bite. I'll bite on that one. Okay.
For decades, and I'm in touch with a whole network of attorneys who work
From
on voter fraud
OAN.
issues. And what we have found
OAN.
is that some of the voter rolls in the swing states are chock full of illegal aliens and other people who should not be on the voter roll. But we know there are illegal aliens on the voting rolls because they register their address as the processing center. All these NGOs that are processing them, even before they cross the border, they're using the address of the processing center as their voter.
What do you say to Biz Stance? Did you see that Hired Software hired a fake lawyer? No way, dude. I haven't looked at anything pirate software related in a little while. I just made that one banger video and then I was out because I don't farm clicks like that shit. I'm a Griftcast. Actually, I should though, dude. I probably could have gotten at least to 10K subs if I would have just milked that one. But then I would have felt like jerking off. And then I wouldn't have wanted to do it anymore. Woo! So, yeah, I should watch it.
Registration address.
But you don't want to watch this?
Republic.
You guys want to watch this? All right. Fine. Let's see. Pirate software. Yeah, let's go see what's happening with good old pirate software. Wow, they have a whole fucking clips channel for this motherfucker? Should be, dog. Wow. Let's see. Wow, what's this? This pirate was so butthurt about a parody game put on a stream that he DC made it for using voice clips of it was 100% fair use, transformative parody, but the dead didn't want to dox himself to Roach to fight it. DCMA abuse. Interesting. But wait, where's the lawyer? Shit. What? No. Pirate software is in shambles. Early access game. Note, the last update made by the developers was over 13 months ago. The information and timeline described by the developers may no longer be up to date. All right, fine. What, I gotta look on fucking YouTube or some shit for that shit? Why don't you just post a link? What's your fucking problem? Chud Logic, false DCMA, Good Samaritan's lawyer, Sepsin Pro Bono. Which one is it? Chud Logic, the other Logic, posted in the Discord. Damn, son. Why you guys always make this shit fucking hard? Yeah, I knew that he had like DCMA'd the game, but is it this one?
Kronos is not a lawyer in the States and shouldn't give legal advice. What?
So I'm going to send this over to Kronos now because he is a lawyer.
Kronos.
In copyright law.
I am not an attorney.
Lawyer.
No, I am based in the UK as a lawyer.
No.
There are fundamentally different terminologies here.
No. So you've got a guy who's based in the UK.
Bro, you're playing games and making game maker games. Don't act like you work harder than even 1% of our population. I'm a CEO of a company with 17 employees.
Dude, give me a break, dude. You sit there and stream games all day. You think
Bitch, I don't see your link.
But he just looks pathetic to anyone that.
It's because you can't post links in YouTube chat. I don't know how to fix that, actually. Yeah, if you're wrenched, you can post them. But I don't trust any sons of bitches or whatever.
That isn't in this wretched cult.
Wow, dude, this guy's got some fucking editing. This guy's got some shit, dude.
Another slice of pirate
This
software.
video is an hour and 50, what the fuck? 35 minutes long. My stream is longer than this is stream. Whole entire stream. Holy shit. Let's see. Is there like a TLDR in here? Full VOD. Let me scroll down here, see if anybody. No, wait, right here. Nope. I think that little first part of it though kind of like covered all. That was like pretty good. That was actually pretty good.
Content here. I guess. We'll give it a go and we'll see. It might be stuff we've maybe spoken about already. But this DMCA thing, I think, has progressed forward.
You submitted a resume to Jonas staff. I don't think he's hiring right now, bro.
Yeah. No Man's Sky is still buggy as hell. That's neither here nor there. Like, the features that they claimed were in the game when it launched were not there. And I don't trust them. So I need to see that, right? Just like your game, we have an update coming out tomorrow. You would know that if you weren't just a shit stirrer from Reddit and actually played the video game. So take your account that you made, what is that, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, and get.
Oh, no. Multiple big streamers are confirming that the YouTube reactions to pirate software have been mass reported and taken down for harassment and cyberbullying. Here's Quinn69 finding out. Okay.
I got him.
Oh, my mic's not working. Oh, that sucks. Hold on. Can you hear me now? Yeah, you can hear me now. I can see the thing. I must have been paused. So I just was saying a bunch of bullshit. So I got to fucking repeat all of it. So just got to wait a second for y'all to, hang over. But what I was saying is that, I did a pirate software video for and I haven't gotten any problems on it. Nothing has happened with that video. It's got limited monetization, but that's not anything to me because all of my live streams have limited monetization because I cuss and shit. So, I wasn't expecting that, but I haven't got anything taken down, no strikes, no cyberbullying, no nothing like that. So, I don't get it, dog. That video is the best one that I did. And, honestly, I was just very concise with it, laughing about it. I'm not trying to bully the guy or whatever, but the shit's funny, man. But it's weird that it's happening to, other people, but it didn't happen to me. What? Am I fucking chopped liver there? Nah, he's just, fuck that guy. He ain't worth our time. Damn, son, fuck you
Replies
guys.
from Gary, and there's 8 replies.
Fuck you
even,
guys.
not just 1 reply. I suspect some weird stuff happened with those videos because one of them is age restricted, which is really weird, and another one is ad limited. I think they got mass flag reported.
That's not weird. Getting a video ad limited is not weird.
Really weird that it got
that doesn't even mean that it got mass reported. That's automated. That shit's automated, bro. You say the F word or you say a cuss word too many times, more than 4 times, or any time within the first minute or in the last minute, yeah, you're gonna get limited.
Restricted. My suspicion is that mass report and YouTube auto restricts it.
But he's saying that some people get mass reported and they get age restricted. The only reason your video would be age restricted is if you put something in there that could be restricted, which a lot of people were, I guess, either cussing a lot or posting some of the images. But then again, I watched a lot of their videos and I don't think I saw anybody posting that picture of Maldivius, giving a blowy. I mean, that shit's in my thumbnail. I have it blurred out too, very shittily. Nobody said nothing.
I tried to submit a random review on the same day, but it got rejected. No DMCA though, so I don't think it's pirate necessarily. It's probably just community or something. Your takes were always very grounded though. You never personally attacked him. On the contrary, you would defend him when he was getting personally attacked by Joker, for example. So I don't think he has a case for DMCA on bullying, etc. True. Interesting. Ellipsis.
Okay. You know what? Hold up. Wait a minute. I'm gonna go look this up on. See if I can find this, because if this guy's watching it on his fucking live stream, there's got to be something on the Twitter. There's got to be something on the Twitter about it. Pirate Software DCMA. What is this? Update. Pirate Software doubled down on the unlawful DCMA notice. Chrono is a UK copyright lawyer, which is very different from a U.S. attorney, so PS might be operating on bad legal advice. Screenshot of the Discord and his emails. Wait, what is this? I am not an attorney. No, I am based in the UK as a lawyer, and there are fundamentally different terminologies here. Damn, son, he hired some fucking rando from another country to fucking send out a DCMA request. That dude's a bitch, dude. What the fuck? What is this? Let's see. Oh, God. The other review out. What is this? Interesting. To make a long story short, Pirate Software publicly responded on Twitter to assert his belief that DCMA take no down notice wasn't unlawful. Interesting. We filed a DCMA in response to a developer claiming he put his voice in a video game and a playability showed evidence on a video on Reddit. He told by many others doing so was not legally advisable, decided to move forward, and made a threat about it here. When we filed the DCMA, he went on to state that this was all bait and effort to boost his game, and you can see that in this video here. We took down the DCMA notice as he reached out and stated that he would be voice acting the lines instead. You're spreading misinformation in a biased form to generate views. We've handled this through legal routes as appropriate. Right. This is stupid. Oh my god, bro. I don't want to watch John Logic's video on it. That shit's fucking long as fuck. People don't even watch my long as fuck videos. Seriously, why would I listen to somebody named Chud Logic? Look at this fucking guy looks like. He's got them stupid fucking glasses with the. He's got the fucking balding up to here, but he comes it over so that nobody can tell, and he's got the beard to hide his triple chins and shit. And he looks all angry and stuff. It's not my kind of dude. That's a Reddit moderator right there. That's textbook Reddit moderator right there. Look this guy. Oh my god. So fucking Pirate Software DCMA'd a guy because he claimed he put his name in the game. He didn't actually put the name in the game, just had a private build that had it in there. He got DCMA'd, and then he got them to reverse the DCMA because it wasn't actually in the game, and then said basically he's going to do the voice lines himself. And now he's in the game, but with the voice lines, and there's really nothing he could do about it. And then Pirate Software takes more egg on his face because what? He's an asshole? Oh my god, dude. So he literally submitted a false DCMA claim without investigating it whatsoever. So yeah, that's textbook illegal. There's no way that you could argue that it wasn't. Like, he would have had to have bought the game, gotten it from Steam, seen that was in there, and then he could have done it. Then that would have been legal. But the fact that his dumbass just decided to go do it right off the bat and then signed off on everything. Wow. But he used a lawyer, right? So it's going to be on the lawyer, I guess, right? He used a lawyer to do it. A lawyer from a different country. That's just kind of fucked up, dude. Yeah. I just play an attorney on TV, dude. Like, oh my god. Why did he even get a false lawyer? He just didn't want to dox himself. Be like, Pirate, I thought that you were already doxed, right? Like on Kiwi Farms or some shit. This is ridiculous, dude. Like, dude, how's this guy keep taking all these L's, bro? Like, this can't be possible, man. There's no way. There's no way that somebody is this bad at doing any of this shit. There's just no way. There's no way. With every update, he just seems to be putting himself into a worse and worse position that only invites more scrutiny and nothing that paints a pretty picture of him. That's amazing. That's actually amazing. That's actually amazing. I decided that after everything I've seen, I hate Pirate Software. He's a horrible person. I don't know. And he doesn't know how to be a content creator. So tomorrow on Nightwave, I'm going to read about him. What the fuck is this chick took the Nightwave name from Mersh? No way, dude. Pirate Software was saying he'll sue an indie dev because they made fun of him in their game using his voice. He sent a DCMA notice to it on stream, but the game didn't even have his voice in it. That's a massive ego, dude. Honestly, like I don't know how somebody could have an ego that big. That's literally outrageous, dude. That shit is outrageous. Like, how could you just like try to throw away your career like that? Like, why wouldn't you be supportive of another indie game developer that's wanting to put you in their game? Okay, they're making fun of you. But there's like 100,000 different ways of making it better. It's just that all it takes is one time with a person putting everything together in such a good way, and then the whole thing is done. And even if you look at it, like many of the content creators out there never went as deep as I did. And most of them that did got their videos and shit taken down. Are you dead over there? You didn't even want to come on the show, not even a little bit? What's wrong, baby girl? What's wrong, baby girl? How come you're just over there laying down? I just see you. You haven't even come over here. You got cramps, baby girl? You got the cramps? When she's on her lady time. She's on her lady time. Yeah. Like, how's that even possible, dude? Look, how does this guy get away with all this? But then again, it's like, look at Destiny, right? Like, if you take the pirate software situation and then we move ourselves 40,000 feet in the air, we look down and we see it, right? It's actually a really still, like, I mean, it's a situation, but it's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. Like, then you do the same thing with Destiny, and then you go to the 40,000, and then you put together what you see for both of them, and like the web that Destiny is woven is still like 100 times worse than anything that Pirate Software's done. But he just gets so much more hate for it because he just doesn't have the same kind of simps that Destiny does. Like, Destiny has got some like ridiculously dumb people that follow his bullshit, right? Like, it's kind of insane. But Pirate, he hasn't been around long enough to really get that many orbiters and stuff like that. And there are people in there that are still going to be in it and, you know, be nice about it. But at the end of the day, you got to realize that, you know, these people aren't going to be taking them L's like that for very, very long. Like, it just don't make no sense, dude. It don't make any goddamn sense. Although false DCMA strikes and all this other cockamamie bullshit that people be doing has never been good. I get that, but, you know, wait a minute. Did Destiny get permabanned on Twitch? What? Nah. Hold up. What the fuck? Nah. Huh? 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 The Destiny show? No. Uh-oh. Wait, what? Dude, did this guy get... What is this? Vice News? But that's in 2024 or whatever. So what the fuck? I thought he was back on Twitch. That seems to be like a new thing. So I just saw this right here. Doesn't Destiny... Wait. Oh. Content nuke. Okay, that's what he was talking about. I guess I haven't really talked about that at all. The content nuke that fucking Israeli sympathizer fucking put out on Hassan and the boys or whatever. Oh, he streams on Kick. Yeah. I don't see it, dude. Isn't it just this right here? Oh, yeah. It's currently unavailable due to violations of the community guidelines. So, yeah, it's down. Interesting. I thought it was like the Omni Liberal or something. That's his Twitter. Yeah, it looks like he's still on Kick, though. He's still on Twitch. Are you still on Kick and YouTube? Shit, son. I don't know, dude. There's too much drama on that shit that I gotta go look at that I haven't been keeping up on. Like, it seems that there is a lot of play right now between all of the same characters. You got Asmont Gold and Hassan Piker, both Night Media characters, and then they're going at it against fucking H3 Faucets, Ethan Klein, Israel genocide supporter extraordinaire. Like, I tried to watch a little bit of this shit and I just couldn't even watch it, dude. It was just like everything is Israel versus Hamas and shit. And I mean, they're all internet commentators that say stupid shit, but like Ethan is trying to use Israel as like a positive shield, and it just comes off as sounding pretty like you're like, okay, but like you're just not going to even talk about what's really down. This is your nuke. It was more of like, it wasn't a nuke. It was like a water balloon full of shaving cream. And then Hassan is just like, well, I'm going to go take a shower. And yeah, I guess we could just fight about this for like a couple weeks and make some content out of it. Like, it's fucked up, dude. And then, yeah, you got Asmund in there talking about it. Oh my god, I don't even know if I want to go into all that shit. Yeah, I still have to go fucking watch it. It's just it's so hard. Yeah, you want me to get into some beef? Nah, you don't want me to get no beef. I get into beef, so people start crying, bro. Because I don't play nice. I don't play right. I'll make sure these fools get clapped, right? Yeah. 8.0. It's on YouTube actually. It's Chud Logic. Yeah, I don't want to watch that video. Like, we already had that video up on the screen, and I was like, oh yeah, it's an hour and 32 minutes long. Yeah, fuck that guy. And then I made fun of him, the Chud Logic guy, because I said he looked like a Reddit moderator or whatever with his glasses. I mean, honestly, I'm not watching that video. Fuck Chud Logic. Fuck him. Whatever. I got enough to get the gist of the situation. But yeah, I ain't about to be spending 3 hours going over that bullshit. Nah, motherfucker. Hell nah. Sucker. Sucker pee-pee. Sucker pee-pees. That's what I would say to that. So I guess there are some things that I have to go get some information on, I guess. I mean, it doesn't seem that important, but at least funner than everything else that's going on right now. Jeez. The news today be sucking, bro. I mean, just over the last 2 days, it's just been nothing but USAID and the CIA. And then, it's just like, that just seems so much more important than fucking listening to Asmund Gold give his take or give his fucking 78 IQ takes. Oh, God. Yeah. I'd rather just watch like Star Trek Discovery or some shit at some point. Cool. So, I guess that's pretty much it for me today. So, we appreciate you guys coming on through to the show. Thank you for being here and shit. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, whatever it is that you are doing out there, getting drunk, getting high, whatever. I don't care. So, do it safely. And I guess we'll see you guys again on the next one or whatever. Sorry, I had to take some time to reassimilate myself and fix some things, but we're back on the saddle again, and we hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Either way, much love to you. And I guess make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, share this with your friends, make a comment, be cool, help us get into the algorithm. And I guess we'll see you again on the next one. Bye-bye now. See you later. Be safe out there. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And, may the force be with you. Yes. Yeah, there we go. May the force be with you. And also with you. Yes. That's right. Now go grab your lightsabers and do some lightsabering. Like, make some toast. But don't put the lightsaber in the butter because it's going to melt. And it's going to get everywhere. I think I have to clean that shit up. You don't want to do that.